Hello
You can
everyone.
start.
Hello everyone. Hi students. How are you all doing? ఎలా ఉన్నారు? బాగున్నారా? చదువుతున్నారా? బాగా ప్రిపేర్ చేస్తున్నారా స్టూడెంట్స్? స్టూడెంట్స్ మాక్ టెస్ట్ బాగా రాస్తున్నారు మీరు? బాగా పర్ఫామ్ చేస్తున్నారు మాక్ టెస్ట్ లో? ఎవరెవరు రాయలేదు మాక్ టెస్ట్? డెఫినెట్లీ రాయండి. ఆల్ రైట్, ఇట్స్ ఎ గుడ్ ప్రిపరేషన్. ఇట్స్ ఎ గుడ్ ప్రాక్టీస్ టు రైట్ ద మాక్ టెస్ట్. మాక్ టెస్ట్ అంటేనే ఇట్స్ జస్ట్ రెప్లికేటింగ్ ద ఫైనల్ ఎగ్జామ్. మీరు ఈ మాక్ టెస్ట్ లో బాగా చేస్తున్నారంటే ఫైనల్ ఎగ్జామ్ లో కూడా డెఫినెట్లీ బాగా చేస్తారు. ఆల్ రైట్, లెట్స్ గెట్ స్టార్టెడ్ స్టూడెంట్స్. లెట్స్ స్టార్ట్ విత్ నంబర్స్. Maths, let's do maths. Let's do numbers today. All right. Numbers used for counting are called natural numbers. Like we usually count objects, no? Like 1, 2, 3. We count some objects. Let's say 10 number of books are there, 5 pens are there. Look at this. For example, count how many eggs are there in the basket. So how many eggs do you think are there? We can easily count it. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Right? 4 eggs. How about this basket? There are only 2 eggs, 1 and 2. 2 eggs. How about this one? There are no eggs. There are no eggs in this basket. Nothing. When nothing is there, when there is no object, we represent that by 0. So there are 0 eggs in this basket. 4 eggs in the first basket, 2 eggs in the second basket, and 0 eggs in the third basket. And India has introduced the number 0 to the world. All right, let's go further. Now, the set of natural numbers and 0 put together are called whole numbers. So whole numbers ఏంటి ఇప్పుడు? Natural numbers and 0. So ఎక్కడి నుంచి స్టార్ట్ అయితే whole numbers ఇప్పుడు? So whole numbers should be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so on. All right. So all the natural numbers which we use to count objects and a 0 number which we use to represent nothing, this both together are called whole numbers. All right. Okay. And look at this. As we have got natural numbers, we've got negative version of natural numbers as well. Like 1 unte -1 అని కూడా ఉంటుంది. All right. 2 unte -2 కూడా ఉంటుంది. 3 unte -3 ఉంటుంది. 4 unte -4 ఉంటుంది. So whole numbers plus negative numbers are called integers. So we have seen natural numbers, we have seen whole numbers, and now we are seeing integers. So natural numbers are 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. When you include 0 in that, you'll get whole numbers. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on are whole numbers. When you include the negative numbers also, then you get set of integers. So numbers would be -5, -4, -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. All right. Now let's look at so there are set of numbers from 1 to 80, all right, arranged in rows and columns. In these numbers, you have multiples of 2. చూడండి 1, 2 ఉంది, నెక్స్ట్ 3 ఉంది, మరి 4 ఉంది. 2 2s 4, 4 తర్వాత 5 ఉంది, 5 తర్వాత మరి 6 ఉంది, 2 3s is 6. So 2 1s 2, 2 2s 4, 2 3s 6, 2 4s 8, 2 5s 10, 2 6 12. So I'm getting all multiples of 2. See, these are all multiples of 2. These multiples of 2, just a second. Yeah. So these multiples of 2, రెడ్ కలర్ బ్లాక్స్ చేయండి, అన్ని మల్టిపుల్స్ ఆఫ్ 2 ఉన్నాయి చూడండి. 2 4 6 8 10 12 14 16 18 20 22 24 26 అండ్ సో ఆన్ టిల్ 80. ఇవన్నీ మల్టిపుల్స్ ఆఫ్ 2 ఉన్నాయి. such numbers which are multiples of 2 are called even numbers. All right, మనం ఏం చూసాము? మనం natural numbers చూసాము, whole numbers చూసాము, integers చూసాము, ఇప్పుడు even numbers చూస్తున్నాము. Even numbers ఏంటి? All the numbers which are multiples of 2 are even numbers. So the even numbers are multiples of 2. So they are 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 and so on. 0 is an even number. And if n is a natural number, then 2n is always an even number. So general form of an even number is 2n. All right. Now let us see what are the remaining numbers. Even numbers మనం isolate చేస్తే, even numbers ని తీసేస్తే మిగతా numbers ఎలా ఉన్నాయి? These are the numbers. ఈ numbers ని even numbers ని తీసేస్తే ఈ numbers మిగిలినాయి మనకి. So I've got 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15, 17, 19. So I can say these numbers are not the multiples of 2. The numbers which are not multiples of 2 are called odd numbers. All right, so multiples of 2 are called even numbers, and set of all the numbers minus even numbers is odd numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 అనుకుంటే దీంట్లో నుంచి మనం మల్టిపుల్స్ ఆఫ్ 2 తీసేసామనుకోండి, 2, 4, 6, 8 and 10. మిగిలిన numbers ఉన్నాయి కదా, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. These are odd numbers. So the odd numbers would go from 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11 and so on. Now let's look at the general form of an odd number. So if n is a natural number, 2n plus 1 or 2n minus 1 is always odd number. So general form of an odd number would be 2n minus 1, where n is a natural number. All right, 2n is an even number. Even number ki okati mungata, okati venuka. If I go forward by one number, if I go back by one number, I'll get odd number. So 2n is an even number. 2n minus 1 or 2n minus 1 or 2n plus 1, they'll be odd numbers. So general form is either 2n plus 1 or 2n minus 1. 2n minus 1 రాసినప్పుడు n is a natural number. All right, now let's go forward. Now let's consider the number 2. We have got 1 times 2 is 2. Right? So 1 and 2 are the factors of 2. All right. So the number 2 has only 2 factors. Such numbers which have exactly 2 factors are called prime numbers. All right. Again, we are entering into more details of number theory. Numbers గురించి ఇంకా మాట్లాడుతున్నాం మనము. We started with basic counting numbers, natural numbers. Then we added 0 to it. We got whole numbers. We added negative numbers to it. We got integers. Then we talked about even numbers. Then we talked about odd numbers. Now we are talking about prime numbers. Numbers which have exactly 2 factors are called prime numbers. All right. For instance, for example, you've got 2, 3, 5, 7, 11. Next should be 13. Next should be 17, 19, etc. Now let us have a look at other prime numbers, students. Inka chuddam. Prime numbers list chuddam. So these are numbers we have just listed below 25. 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19, 23. So there are 9 prime numbers below 25. If I go further, and if I look at the numbers below 50, there would be 29, 31, 37, 41, 43, 47. So there are total 15 prime numbers below 50. 9 plus 6. 9 below 25, and between 25 and 50 we've got 6. So total of 15 below 50. Let's look further. Now these are the prime numbers between 50 and 100. 53, 59, 61, 67, 71, 73, 79, 83, 97. Total of 25 prime numbers below 100. So if you look at the number 2, the only even prime number is 2. So 2 is the only even prime number. 2 is even number and also a prime number. So prime numbers, how do you define prime numbers? Prime numbers have exactly two factors, 1 and itself. R number, inka 1. These will be the only two factors a prime number has. You pick up any number, let's say 5. 5 has got no other factors except 1 and 5 itself. Right? So similarly for let's say 23. 23 has got no other factor. You have got 1 and 23. Two factors only for a prime number. That's how you define a prime number. And 2 is the only even prime number. Okay, so now let's look at squares. You all know what squares is, right? But let's look into it. All right, 1 square is 1 times 1, 1. 2 square is 2 times 2, which is 4. 3 square is 3 times 3, 9. 4 square would be 16. 5 square, 5 times 5, 25. 6 square is 6 times 6, 36. 7 square, 49. 8 square, 64. 9 square, 81. 10 square, 100. Squares, gurtundali students. For quick calculations, squares gurtunde, you will be quick in calculation students. Future lo kuda. Let's look at cubes now. So 1 cube would be 1 times 1 times 1, which is 1. 2 cube would be 2 times 2 times 2, which is 4 times 2, which is 8. 3 times 3 times 3, 3 cube, 27. 4 cube, 64. 5 cube, 5 times 5 times 5. 5 times 5 is 25. 25 times 5 is 125. 6 cube, 6 times 6 times 6, which is 216. So on, you'll get 7 cube as 343, 8 cube as 512, 512, 9 cube as 729, and 10 cube would be 1000. All right. So these are the numbers which you are supposed to remember, students. If you remember, your journey will be smoother. Now let's look at powers of 2. 2 power 1 is 2. 2 power 2, which is 2 times 2 is 4. 2 cube, 2 power 3 is 4 times 2. 2 times 2 times 2, which is 4 times 2, 8. 2 power 4, 2 cube times 2, 8 times 2, 16. 2 power 5, 16 times 2, 32. 2 power 6, 32 times 2, 64. 2 power 7, 64 times 2, 128. 2 power 8 would be 128 times 2, 256. Excellent. 2 power 9. So this 256, which is 2 power 8, times 2 would be 2 power 9, is 512. 2 power 10 is 512 times 2, which is 1024. Now let's see powers of 3. I've got 3 power 1 as 3. 3 power 2, which is 3 square, is nothing but 3 times 3, which is 9. 3 cube, or 3 power 3, is 9 times 3, which is equal to 27. 3 power 4 is 27 times 3. 3 cube times 3. 3 power 3 times 3. So 27 times 3 is equal to 81. 3 power 5 is equal to 81 times 3, which is 243. 3 power 6 would be 243 times 3, which is 729. And this process goes on. Similarly, for powers of 4 students, I've got 4 power 1 is 4, 4 power 2 is 4 times 4, 16. 4 power 3, 16 times 4, which is 64. 4 power 4 would be 64 times 4. All right. 4 power 3 into 4 is 4 power 4, which is 256. 4 power 5 is 256 times 4, 1024, and so on. So you pick up any number, you'll have powers proceeding like this. So let's say power of 5. 5 power 1, 5 power 2, 25, 5 power 3, 125, 5 power 4, 625, 5 power 5, 3125, and so on. Now you pick up any number, students. Let's say power of 6. You'll have it as 6 power 1, 6, 6 power 2 as 6 times 6, 36. 6 power 3 ఉంటుంది. It's actually 6 times 6 times 6, 36. 36 into 6 is 216. 6 power 4 ఎంత ఉంటుంది? 6 power 3 into 6. So that is 216 into 6. 6 power 5 would be 1296 times 6, which is 7776. And so on. So you pick up any number, you can write the powers like this. You start with power 1, x power 1, or n power 1. Let's say 7 power 1 is 7. 7 power 2 is 49. 7 power 3, 43. 7 power 4, 2401. And so on. So students, that's what we have. So students, I would like to again mention that Miro bar astunaru, mock test bar astunaru. We have seen the analysis. Your performance is good. Keep it up. But those who haven't attempted the mock exam, do attempt it. All right. You again have a third mock test. Give it a hard try. Manchiga prepare cheyandi. Manchiga rayandi. All right. Because mock test is nothing but the replica, or like you are replicating the same atmosphere of the final exam. Final exam ఎలా ఉంటుంది అలానే mock test ఉంటుంది. So mock test లో బాగా performance వస్తే, that is a simple indication that your performance in the final exam will also be good. And it's actually good in mock test. Trust me. All right. Thank you all students. I request Gayatri ma'am to take over.
Yes, thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Beginning. All right, students. Once again, I haven't put on my video. Yes, fine. Very good evening, students. And the theory that you learned today in mathematics, the sums, we will do it in the next forthcoming classes. All right, fine. With this note, we are starting today's mental ability sums, and a very interesting part. Mental ability carries maximum marks in your examination. So I request you all to concentrate and understand the concept, how the answer has to be found out. Okay. All right. Now let's quickly start with the sum. Just a second. Let me connect the board. All right. Yes. Fine. So here is the first question. What comes next? Right? So you have 3 figures, and after that, it's a question mark. Is it clear? So what should come after the third figure? Right. So usually, how do we find out what comes after this is? Just a second. Let me use the pen. All right. See, in the first figure, the arrow is facing down, right? And it is moving clockwise, right? Students, you should understand, moving this side is called clockwise. Let me use yellow once again. Yes. Moving this side is called clockwise. Moving the other side, it is called as anti-clockwise, right? So now, how do you know how the clock moves? How the clock moves like this only, no? That is why it is clockwise, right? See, the first arrow is facing downwards, and after that, it moves clockwise and it is facing this side. Next, again, it is moving clockwise and facing this side. So what should be the next? It should again move and face this side, isn't it? This side means this side. And everywhere the dot is there, and the dot is opposite to the arrow. So obviously, your answer must be B. Yes, so your answer must be B, right? One second. Yes. This cannot be your answer because the dot is not there. And this could be your answer because your B is only facing your proper direction. That is why your option B is a correct answer. Okay, students, let's move on to the next question. See here. What comes next? Right. So in the first figure, you have 2 small circles, right? With one highlighted shape, right? And the next, what happens? You have one highlighted, okay, and a small rectangle like which is highlighted, and your triangle is facing upward, right? And again, what happens? You are again tilting it. You are turning it, right? So when you turn it, these 2 circles are coming down. It is coming down, and you have a highlighted triangle upstairs in the upper part. Is it clear? This is a little difficult for us to understand, but you must try to understand, right? So in the first part, the triangle is highlighted. In the second part, the triangle is not highlighted. In the third part, the triangle is highlighted. So what could be the fourth one? Is it option A? Is it option B? Is it option C? Or is it option D? All right. So I'm giving you time for this 30 seconds, not more than that, because we may not be able to do a lot of sums if more time is being given to you. So quickly do it and find out and tell me what would be the possible answer. Is it option A? Is it option B, option C, or option D? Right? So please understand the difference between the first, the second, the third, and the fourth. Right? So your 30 seconds is running. I hope right now you would have guessed the answer. And the correct answer is option A, right? Because as I told you, in the first figure, the triangle is highlighted. In the second, it is not highlighted. And in the third one, the triangle is highlighted. So obviously, in the fourth one, the triangle should not be highlighted, right? And the fourth figure, what happens? It is a continuation of the second figure where you have the lines. Just a second. Yeah. Where you have the lines facing your left hand side. So your fourth figure, the lines must face towards your right. isn't it? Right. So only option A would suit your answer. Right. Now let's move on to the next question. It's very easy. What comes next? In your first figure, you have 4 fractions. Okay. And another one is subdivided. And see the second one. Right. So it is moving clockwise. So when it moves clockwise, instead of this portion is being divided. Okay. Again, it is being subdivided. So instead of 3, now there is 4. Now again, it is moved clockwise. Where am I? Yeah, again, it is moved clockwise. Right? And when it is moved clockwise, what happens? Now this is over. Right? This is over. Next, your right hand side, again, you have 3 lines. Right? And when it moves, the next figure could be where? Right? Do you understand, students? In the first one, you had left, then turn this side, then this side. So the next one should be here. Am I right? So somewhere here, this part. And how many lines it should be? In the second figure, you had 2. In the third figure, apart from the outer line, you have 3. So here you should have 4, isn't it? Because it is increasing in number. Right? So you should have 1, 2, 3, 4. So your option could be only C. Let's see whether C is the correct answer. If perfect. If you had opted for option C, then your logic is correct. You have given the right answer. All right, students? Right. See the next question. What comes next? In the first figure, you have, see, the main thing that you need to know is the difference between the first figure and the second figure. One second. Yeah. Right. The difference between the first figure and the second figure. Okay. Right. See, in the first figure, the highlighted dot is in the first column. And in the second figure, below that, the next column. Right. And in the third figure, it should be right hand side instead of below, it is above. Right. So now where it should be? Next one, it should be down. But where should it be? Is it clear? Now the question is very clear. First was up, down, up. The next should be down only. Right? Fine. Let's see how many of you are able to give the right answer. And your 30 seconds are running. Right. So everything goes by the logic, isn't it? Right. So third up. So the next one should be fourth down. Right. So fourth down is option C. See, 1, 2, 3, fourth down. That is why your option C is the correct answer. All right, students. Yes. See the next question. All right. So you have a plus, you have a triangle, you have a circle. Right? So now what happens? This is moved anti-clockwise. Right? So anti-clockwise is like this. It is moved anti-clockwise. Right? So from the first figure, just a second. Yeah. So from the first figure, it is moved anti-clockwise. So your plus becomes down, right? And in the second, after the second, it is again moved anti-clockwise, whereby your down will become go right. So again, when you move anti-clockwise, where will your figure come? Right? So 1, 2, 3. So it should come back to its original position, right? Your plus should come back to the original position. Let's see how many of you are able to give the correct answer. I have given you the clue how to find out what could be the maximum correct answer. All right, your 30 seconds is running. Let's see. Yes, perfect. As I told you, your plus has come back to the original position. See, the original position is this. So your plus sign has come back to its original position, and in other figures, you don't have your plus towards the left hand side. Any one, in this case, any one you can concentrate, that you can follow, and here we have taken plus, right? So with that, we'll be able to get the correct answer. All right, let's see the next question. What comes next? We have three sides. Okay, right. So we have one, two side in the first one. Next we have opposite to that. Okay, so opposite to that, but one line is added. See the next one. We have opposite to this. Two lines are added. What could be the next? Is it clear? What could be the next? A very interesting sum, in fact, this is, right? So here, in the first one, you have 2. So see the third one, you have 1, 2, 3, 4. So, right, first one is done. But see the second figure, you have a proper triangle, right? Where in proper triangle, how many sides could be added? Is it option A? Is it option B? Is it option C? Or is it option D? All right. Yes. Let's see the answer. It is none other than option D, right? Because we need a triangle. So this is the only triangle that we have, right? Whereby you are having two sides added. All right. Yes, fine. Now see the next question. Here what we have is a square. If all the three sides, all the three figures show square, right? And let's concentrate towards the arrow. Okay. So the arrow is going left hand side. It is moving towards the clockwise direction. Okay. So left hand side. Next, it is moving towards this side. Next, it is moving towards this side. So next, it should move towards this side only. Am I right? So your possible answer could be either B or C. Now you need to find out whether it is B or C. Because only in B or C, your arrow is facing this side. That is extremely right hand side. Is it clear, students? So with this, you should find out whether it is option B or whether it is option C. Right. So how do you find out that? When your arrow is moving the side, your triangle from left, it has moved right. So the next where it should move, it should come this side, isn't it? So only in C you have triangle left hand side. Okay, right. So forget about the triangle. Next, circle. If you see circle in right hand side, next you have down. Next it should be left. So only in C you have left hand side. Am I right? So your possible option could be only C. Let's check the answer. Yes, it is C. All right, students. So if you have opted for option C, then your answer is correct. Fine. So this is how you find out what is the next figure. Right. See the next question. In what comes next? Right. So the same one. Same logic has to be applied. So this, I think you can do it by yourself. 30 seconds I'm giving you to find the answer. All right. So let's check how many of you are able to do. Your 30 seconds starts now. All right. All right. So your 30 seconds is running. Let's see whether you are able to make out the answers. Okay. Right. See, before we disclose the answer, let us find out how your answer is. I mean, how you got this answer. Right. So it is D. Why it is D? If you see the first figure, 1 second, let me open my pen. Yeah. If you see the first figure, your opposite sides are shaded. Okay. Next, you are moving towards your anti-clockwise. So your this anti-clockwise it is shaded. Again, you are moving this side. Okay, this side. So here your anti-clockwise is shaded. So then again, when you move this side should be shaded. That is why your D is your correct answer. All right, students. If you had opted for D, then your answer is right. Right. Now let's move on to the next question. Right. See here, you have a arrow, right? So below that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, six-sided figure. Okay. In the second one, you have your figure is not shaded, but instead of this side, your arrow is facing the opposite side. Instead of 1, you have 2. See the third one, your figure is shaded, but your arrow is facing right. Down your arrow is facing left and it is also facing right. Now, what should be the next one? Should it be shaded or it shouldn't be shaded? Fine. So is it clear? So I'm sure you will understand this question. Yes, a very interesting, in fact. Your 30 seconds is already started. So let's see how many of you are really able to understand and do this sum. The first one is shaded. The second one is not shaded. The third one is fully shaded. And what should be the fourth one? Right. So if you say it is not shaded, you have 3 options, A, B, or D. Okay. But how about the arrows? In the first one, it says arrows are facing right hand side. The second one, arrows are facing left hand side. In the third one, arrows are facing right hand side. So in the fourth one, it should face the other. So in all 4 figures, the arrows are facing left hand side only. So no doubt. Right. See the below arrow, right? In the first one, no arrow. In the second one, it is facing left, right? In the second one, it is facing left and it is right. So in the fourth one, what should it be? Is it clear? So it should face left. It should face right. Again, it should face left. So it should face left. It should face right. Again, it should face left. Yes. So the possible option could be only D. Perfect. Right? How D? Because first one highlighted, second one not highlighted, first one highlighted, it is coming alternative. So this should not be highlighted. So this is perfect. Right? And see the first arrows facing right, second arrow facing left, third arrow facing right, fourth arrow is facing left. So this is also right. Next, see the third one. Here no arrows, arrows facing left. This third one, it is facing left and it is facing right. So 2, the third one must be 3. So it is facing left, it is facing right, it is facing left. So all the more your option D, your option D could be the correct option. Yeah, let me adjust the board properly. So all the more your option D could be the correct option. All right. Yes. So with this understanding, let's move on to the next question. Right. See the question. We have 3 figures done. So here, everywhere, the 2 circles are there. Okay, no doubt. But the line facing, right? In the first figure, the line is facing up. Then the line is facing, see here, the line is facing this side, then left hand side. Am I right? It is facing left hand side. In the second one, it is slightly moving anti-clockwise. So it is facing left. And this is anti-clockwise. This is clockwise. Right? So, right, this is anti-clockwise. Anti-clockwise means facing this side. This is clockwise, facing this side. Right? So this is anti-clockwise. And this is clockwise. So your next figure should face anti-clockwise, clockwise. Right? So I'm sure with this understanding you'll be able to do. Right? So anti-clockwise means first it was straight, then slightly left, then again it should go down only. Right? It should go down means it should be either A or it should be either B. This only shows anti-clockwise. Right. Now you have to decide between A and B. So to make the decision making, your lower circle you should understand. But your lower circle is clockwise. So straight line, then going up, then straight. So then it should go clockwise like this. So most probably your option B should be the correct one. Let's check with the answer. Right? Both are correct. Only one circle, but the lower part, your option B is saying all the more correct. Let's see. Yes. Option B is perfect. All right, students. All right. Let's check with the next sum. Right. So here you have square. Again, what happens is this square is moving this side, right? Okay, so it is anti-clockwise. So it is moving anti-clockwise only. 1 second. Code is getting stuck. Yes, so the square is moving anti-clockwise only. All right. So in the first one, you have the circle highlighted. Second one, it is tilted anti-clockwise, not highlighted. Third one, it is again tilted the other way, it is highlighted. So fourth one would not be highlighted. That is the logic, isn't it? So highlighted means it should be either A or it should be either C. But it cannot be C because it is not square. It is square, but it has been divided into two triangles. Isn't it? See, this is a square. Okay. This square has been divided into two triangles in all the cases. However, you tilt it. But in your option B, in your option C, the square is not made into triangle. It is being made into two rectangles. Right? So option C could not be the correct answer. So if at all, the correct answer means it should be option A. Let's check with the answer. Yes, it is option A. If you had opted for option A, then your thinking is perfect. All right, students. So I would like to again remind you that mental ability sums are very important. It is almost carrying 50% of your marks. So please practice all the sums that is being done in the class. And you can always refer to our YouTube videos for more sums, because almost every day, whatever class is being done, it is being uploaded. So for more practice, you can always refer to our earlier videos. All right, now with this, let's move on to the next sum. All right, see here, you have a triangle, okay, and you have only the one line which is coming from the left, okay, and two lines below, right? So let me quickly see this. Yes, so you have a triangle. Yes. So you have a triangle, you have one line facing left hand side and two parallel lines below that. So this triangle is tilted anti-clockwise, right? After it is tilted, these two lines are, right. These two lines are made as three lines. So again it is tilted and these three lines are made into four. So the next time when it is tilted, first it was 2, 3, 4, it should be 5. So that is the first option that you should choose. See where all you have 5. It cannot be C, isn't it? Because you have only 4. Next, can it be D? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It can be D. Can it be B? 1, 2, 3. It can be B. Can it be A? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. So your answer should be either A, either B, or either D. It cannot be C. Right? Now you have to choose among A, B, D, which is the right one. Right? So in the first figure, it was facing left. In the second figure, it is facing, the line is, see, the line is facing left. Second figure, the line is facing right. In the third figure, the line is facing left. So in the fourth figure, where should the line face? The lines should face towards the right. Am I clear? Right. So if it has to face right, then the answer should be either A or it should be D, because B is facing left. It cannot be right. So now how do you choose whether it is A or D is our question. Right? Yes. How do you choose this line? See, first it is down, then it went up, then it went down. So then again it should come down only. It is going clockwise, right? So where you have down only D, right? So after choosing the two criteria, the third criteria, we have come down to the lines. Let's check with the answer. Yes, it is D. Perfect. All right, students. So I'm teaching you how to choose the next, because many students confuse themselves. Everything looks same. How the answer is D? No, this is how, though it takes few minutes or few seconds extra, let's authentically do it and find out the answer. All right. Yes. All right. Yes. Fine. Let's move on to the next question. Right. This is also one of the repeated questions that you should know. Right. So in the first figure, it is facing this side. Right. So it is moving clockwise. In the second figure, it is moving this. That is, it is moving like this. Right. In the third figure, it is moving like this. So in the fourth figure, it should move towards this side only. I'm sure you must have understood what I'm trying to tell you. In the fourth figure, it should move towards this side only. All right. So I have told you the answer. You're just rotating the figure. That's all. How? Not anti-clockwise, clockwise. Right. So your option, the next option could be what? So the possible option could be either A or D. I mean A or C. The possible option could be either A or C. Whether it is A or C, how is it you find out? Yes, that is the question. Right? So let's check with the answer. It is C because of this rotation. See the shape of this. But in A, it is plain. It is like this. See, when you rotate it, it moves this side. Then third way, it is moving this side. And in the fourth one, when it moves this side, it could be only your option D. All right, students. So I'm sure you would have understood this mental ability sum. So more sums are coming forward in the forthcoming classes. I request you all to note down each and every question, because each and every question of today, what we did was really challenging, except one, which is a routine question. All other questions are very challenging, and mental ability requires our extreme attention and our practice. So this kind of practice, you will get it only by solving our sums. All right. Yes, so don't forget to subscribe to our channel, Jatadhara Educational Technology, and refer about our classes to your friends, your relatives, your school teachers, and your neighbors, so that let them also get benefited by subscribing to our channels and practicing our sums. All right, so thanks for watching, and I pass it on to Chandrika ma'am for any other instructions. Over to you,
Yes,
ma'am.
yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Yes, students, మేడం చెప్పినట్లుగా మెంటల్ అబిలిటీ ప్రాబ్లమ్ సాల్వ్ చేయాలంటే కొంచెం బాగా ప్రాక్టీస్ అనేది చేయాలి. ఆ ప్రాక్టీస్ అనేది ఎప్పుడు వస్తుంది? మేము వర్క్ షీట్స్ ఇంకా మాక్ టెస్ట్ కండక్ట్ చేస్తున్నాం కదా. సో మీరు అవి బాగా ప్రాక్టీస్ చేస్తే, వర్క్ షీట్స్ ప్రాక్టీస్ చేసి మాక్ టెస్ట్ కూడా అటెంప్ట్ చేస్తే, రాస్తే, అప్పుడు మీకు మెంటల్ అబిలిటీ అనేది కూడా కొంచెం ఇంప్రూవ్ అవుతుంది. మెంటల్ అబిలిటీలో ఎలా చేయాలి ఏంటి అనేది ఇంప్రూవ్ అవుతుంది. ఓకే, అండ్ ఆల్రెడీ నిన్న కూడా ఇన్స్ట్రక్షన్స్ ఇచ్చాను. సోషల్ అండ్ బయాలజీ మీద అవి ఈజీ కాన్సెప్ట్స్ కాబట్టి వాటిని మీరు బాగా నేర్చుకొని ఉండండి. ఇంపార్టెంట్ పాయింట్స్ అన్ని కూడా అండర్లైన్ చేసుకొని ఉండండి. అండ్ మెంటల్ అబిలిటీ కూడా మేడం ఏవైతే చెప్తున్నారో సో అవి బాగా ఫాలో అవ్వండి. వర్క్ షీట్స్ కూడా చేయండి. ఓకే, నెక్స్ట్ మాక్ టెస్ట్ ఎగ్జామ్ కి సంబంధించిన లింక్, రిజిస్ట్రేషన్ లింక్ డిస్క్రిప్షన్ బాక్స్ లో పెడతాము. సో యూ కెన్ రిజిస్టర్ దేర్. ఓకే, అండ్ ప్రీవియస్ క్లాసెస్ వీడియోస్ కూడా పెడతాము. ఎవరైనా వినని వాళ్ళు ఉంటే అందులో నుంచి మీరు వినొచ్చు. Okay, so bye everyone. Again, we will meet tomorrow at the same time, 8 p.m. Until then, stay tuned and subscribe our channel, Jatadhara Educational Technology. Right.